Hey everyone, we're here speaking with, what's your name?
Lara.
Lara. We're here speaking with Lara. Note to myself, do not post this on the internet just yet as requested by Lara because, trying to keep a low profile. Eh, so Lara, yeah, so you could go, what you were saying earlier, you got here yesterday, right?
I got here Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday night. Went to camp yesterday.
Okay.
As I left the hotel yesterday, I was followed out by a police officer out to 6. I don't know if he was personally following me, but he was going in the same direction in an unmarked vehicle. The reason I knew it was a police officer because I saw him get in the car as I left here, and then he proceeded out of the hotel behind me and then down to 6. Proceeded the same direction on 6, and then I pulled off on a side street and turned around and then went back to the direction that I was going because I had a car full of supplies, and since there have been police officers in town harassing the protectors and in some cases confiscating some of the supplies, I chose to turn off and then reroute and get away from the police officer in case he was in fact following me personally with the intent of harassing me. And because I'm by myself, I wasn't in a position to be able to record any confrontations that may in fact occur.
Boom, so there you have it. Yeah, something we both noticed, so I myself came in yesterday. Something we both noticed is apparently we're here at the Comfort Inn. Apparently police are staging from this area as well. Can you say when you got here yesterday, what did you notice?
Wednesday night when I walked in, there was police officers checking in and up at the reception desk.
Right.
And I noticed last night I met some friends at the Starbucks on 12th Street in Bismarck, which is right next to a Comfort Inn, and that was full of police officers
as well.
In the parking lot, you can see their vehicles. So
Okay.
Comfort Inn seems to be the place that is housing the out-of-town police officers.
There you have it, everyone. So yeah, Comfort Inn, not only here, but also in Bismarck. Because right now we're on the outskirts of Bismarck. You know where we are?
We're in Mandan.
So right now we're in Mandan, close to
8
Bismarck.
miles, I think that's east of Bismarck.
So we're in Mandan, about 8 miles
West,
east of
I believe. Sorry,
west.
west.
Yeah, it sounds better. West of Bismarck, as believed. Yeah, Comfort Inn here, a bunch of police. Other Comfort Inn in Bismarck, a bunch of police as well. I'm thinking that since they are staying at the Comfort Inn, as we've heard, there's police coming not only out of the jurisdiction, let's say, from other counties, other places within North Dakota, and they're coming here to support, the police actions being taken here. And so yeah, I believe they're obviously not from here. They're
No,
from
the ones
elsewhere.
I saw had patches from North Dakota. They were just from different counties.
Different. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Not from
counties.
right.
Yeah,
Different
right
counties.
here. Now, it's my understanding they have contracted with 5 other states. I'm from Indiana. It's my understanding they've contracted with Lake County of Indiana.
Okay.
I don't know if they've been here and returned or they're due to come or what, but it's my understanding that they've contracted with 5 other states and that North Dakota is supposed to reimburse them for those expenses.
Yeah.
But
look at that.
again, it comes out of the state of North Dakota
Of
taxpayer
course.
dollars. But my interaction with those of Mandan and Bismarck, the majority of them are for the pipeline and against the protesters. At least my interaction.
Say this again. I'm sorry.
It's been my experience since I've been here in Mandan and Bismarck, and a little bit of interaction with residents here, whether they work at Walmart or the local gas station, that they are for the pipeline.
For the pipeline,
and
right.
against the protesters.
That's kind of how
Yesterday,
I heard it.
when I got turned around on my journey as I turned off to get away from the police officer that was following me, I ended up having to stop into a local gas station to ask for directions on where Main Street was because my GPS was kind of in a funk and wouldn't get me back to where I needed to be. So I stopped at the gas station and a young lady was in there. This was still fairly early. It wasn't light out, so I walked in. It seemed to be empty. I walked in and I asked her, I said, "Can you help me find Main Street?" And she immediately looked like a deer in headlights, got quiet, checked herself, looked left, looked right, looked out for the store, and very quietly pointed me in the direction of Main Street, and then worded to me, "Be careful."
Really, like that?
Yes. As if...
She was almost afraid to help you.
I get the impression that the people that live here in Mandan and Bismarck, the ones that are for the protesters and are for the water protectors and the protecting of the sacred land, are afraid to speak up.
Are in fear. Look at that. Oh, interesting.
But honestly, I am fearful myself being here alone and wanting to keep a low profile because it's not my understanding that they're friendly. And from what I witnessed at the camp yesterday, it was very very eerie to see all these police officers.
How many police did you see? You think you saw?
There were so many I couldn't count.
There was a lot, that
There
much?
were so many. The whole Turtle Hill was completely lined with them, from the top all the way down. I watched.
And are they're all at the hill? That's where they're all at?
They're all at the hill, at least yesterday. Now they were at the barricade as well yesterday, but not as many. Most of them were up on the hill.
The barricade being the one at the bridge?
At the bridge, yes.
But there's none within none that we know of within the actual camp, or any uniformed police at the actual camps?
No uniform that I could see, that I knew of, that anyone spoke of, no.
Which obviously that doesn't mean they're not there, because they're smart enough to,
Yes, it
go
doesn't mean they
undercover.
haven't infiltrated,
Right, of course.
undercover.
Which, hopefully we deter that as much as possible. Anything else you might want to share from your experiences thus far?
I would like to say that my first day at the camp, I was overwhelmed with emotion, the love, the peace, the compassion that these people share for one another, for the strangers that are there to help. I had so many hugs from strangers yesterday. I can't even tell you how many hugs I got from strangers, people I had never met until yesterday. Everybody helping each other. And then I come back to town and the energy is totally different. It's one more of distaste, of disdain, of uncompassionate people. And you get out to the camp and it's a total different energy. And all I can do is say, pray for Standing Rock.
Boom,
They
yeah.
deserve all of our support.
Yes, please pray for Standing Rock, everyone. This is not just it's not like we have, our agenda is for the whole earth, the whole planet. It's not like we're trying to do it for our people and say screw these other people, which unfortunately seems to be what the other side might be doing. But this is actually for all of us, this is so that we could, I personally don't believe, I'm a United States Army veteran, by the way, anyone that needs to know. I personally don't believe in the wars of foreign, we're attached to oil. And we're doing this for all of us, we don't want the rivers to be poisoned, we want Mother Nature to survive, because all of us without the earth, we are gonna die. Without earth, obviously. So please, out there, if you're wherever you may stand, whichever side of the fence you're trying to stand on, realize that you're the one putting that fence up, because it's not us. We don't have a side of the fence. This is for all of us.
This is a people issue.
Right.
It's a people issue. It's everyone's issue.
Mm-hmm.
We should all be involved and we should all be supporting them.
Definitely.
By supporting them, you're supporting the world and supporting water.
Clearly,
Without it, it doesn't matter how much, all the people you love, all the things that you love, without water, you won't have any of that.
Of course. And then yesterday, of course, was Thanksgiving. I mean, come on, everyone. No offense, but come on. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving, maybe reconsider. And if you really want to celebrate Thanksgiving, why don't you come out here and help us? If you're really about that, then why don't you come and actually help, Other than, because, the invasion, unfortunately, as many people believe, have been, I don't know, 200 years ago, X amount of years ago, but it's clearly still happening. FYI.
I was proud of the people yesterday, though. There was an influx of supporters that showed up yesterday. The caravan of donations of people coming into the camp was
By the way,
mile-long.
yes, I like
the amount of people that were there yesterday, standing in solidarity with them at Turtle Hill was incredible. To be a part of that and to see that many people.
So that's Standing Rock, Turtle Hill, everyone. I'd like to mention to you, actually, I came with a friend. I'm with a friend, Liz. She's sleeping right now. Had a long trip and all, so we got here yesterday. But we actually, some of you know, we actually we had a GoFundMe page, and we've actually raised about $900 already, and we're actually gonna give that straight to the tribes.
That's awesome.
And yeah.
That's great. Before I left, I was able to raise $868.
Nice.
At the time, and I bought supplies with them and brought them with me. At the time, I found it interesting as I solicited donations from people. About 90% of people did not understand or know of what was going on Standing Rock. So it made a good opportunity to make conversation with people, make them aware of it. So I encourage everybody to talk to people, to make posts. If you can't come out here, if you cannot donate money, do your part, share the post, talk to people, talk about it, let people know what's going on out there. Will fail.
Boom. And if you don't know about this, you should. I feel you should. Mind if I sit next to you? I feel you should be asking yourself, why don't I know about this? When you look at Facebook and you see the hundreds of police force, the indigenous people, it's already cost, I think, $15 million just to have the police presence that they do have currently. You should ask yourself, why hasn't Fox News told me about this? Why hasn't CNN told me about this? Something I believe in. I think most people believe it. Something that was interesting, because I went to a bar yesterday and talking to some of the locals, and like you said, it does feel like they're more on the side of the police force, because I guess it's their families, their cousins, their uncles, whoever it might be out there. So they have like a personal. It's kind of like a conflict of interest. But anyway, so they're obviously a bit more on that side. Things I've heard, like we're a small town. We've never really dealt with things like this. And unfortunately, something they mentioned is like it affects their business, because people. I happen to be a bar next to a police station, and people go out there to protest, and they talk about and there's a bunch of police, so now people don't come to my bar. So they have personal reasons to be the way they are, but I think it's a bigger issue than that. But anyway, what I was trying to get to is that it seems that we all agree, no matter on which side of the fence you're on, we all agree that the media is failing us.
Absolutely.
We all agree. So I think it's important for us to find common ground. It seems that even police understand that. Even the police comprehend that the media is failing all of us. It's not just failing the Standing Rock. It's also failing the police. It's failing all of us. So that's something maybe we could start working on. And I think a lot of the reasons we all live in fear and confusion is because our media is specifically designed to keep us in fear and confusion. So please try to learn that and realize that that's not a left-right issue. That's not a black-white issue. That's not a this race, that race, this nation, that nation issue. That is simply, again, like as you said, the words you said was a people issue.
It's a people issue. It affects all of us. And if there's any finer example of a situation where the big corporations own our politicians, this is one of them. This is the best example in my lifetime. They are choosing to do nothing, and it's up to us. I don't care who you voted for. If you were expecting your politician to take care of you, you are wrong. It is up to us to take care of each other. I don't care who you voted for, but I do care about these people. I care about the water. I care about the land. And I want us all to come together for this cause.
There you go. I mean, come on. That's as mentioned, it's not about who you voted for. Something I like to tell people is you can't even touch these people you voted for. Rather than giving so much support to these people who you can't even touch, who live in their lofty places, they barely can relate with you. Instead of giving your support to them, find someone you can actually touch. Like, look, I could touch this person. You see? I could give her support. She can touch me. We could give each other support. But you want to give your support to someone that you can't even touch, that comes out on the TV and says whatever. You know how politicians do. They say one thing and do another since ages. And you still want to come on. Let's wake up and let's really, let's help each other out here. And realize, one team, one fight. This isn't, again, it's not this side or that side. It's literally a earth people issue. Cool.
Thank you for supporting Standing Rock. I ask you all to pray for Standing Rock.
There you go. Blessings and salud.